Sometimes, if you lack motivation and you have to do something, one way how you can do it is to kick yourself in the butt and just get over it. And the other way is to have someone else kick you in the butt. In this specific case, I decided to participate in a game jam, but like always, time is not my strong suit. So what ended up happening is this game in about 6 hours, I would say. Now I did use all of the tools available to me, which also includes AI, and I made this in Unity, but even so, if I had no prior experience with Unity in this case, I doubt I would be done in 6 hours. In those 6 hours I also published it on itch.io, which if you don't know how to do, then that can also take you at least 1 hour. So this is the game that I ended up with. The biggest challenge was coming up with something that was fun and fit the theme, which was Tiny World. So I had a bunch of ideas, something to do with ants and colonies, then something else, and this was my last ditch idea, diorama. You pretty much make a model of a giant world but scaled down. So this does fit the theme. You have a gun, you make things tiny, but this is basically a prototype, I would say. I had a lot more ideas that I could implement while doing the game. So maybe I would have some icons on the top of what a level needs. And once the level is done, you would basically see everything that was put inside a diorama. You would maybe also have like a chest box. So if you minimized a bunch of objects and you did not need them for a level, then those would be put into the chest, and on next levels you would basically be able to use those objects that were already scaled down. So that was just one idea that I could use. Now as you can see, the gun is following the mouse. The laser is then also following the objects when you shoot them, regardless of where the mouse is positioned. The image in the background is just something that I made with AI. As for the models, everything is available in the Unity Asset Store completely for free. Also the sounds and the effects. So this puffing smoke effect. And I think that is pretty much it. As I said, I now have joined 3 jams and submitted 2, so my success rate is 66% at the moment instead of 50, so that's a positive. As you can see, you still have a ton of jams that you can join. I won't be joining any jam anytime soon because my schedule is packed, and I would actually want to see myself making a full game, not just a prototype with one mechanic, which basically this was. Now when it comes to the GameDev.tv Game Jam 2025, I believe there were around 3,500 entries, but now we have 1,000, but I believe these are submissions. So if we click on the submissions, we have a lot of them, and we have the ratings. So now I don't know how this works, but I imagine if you play a game, you then give it a rating. So this is how many ratings all of the games received. I see I also got something, so let's see what this is. View post. So Mask Prime says that it's a cool game. He reminds them of mobile games like Fruit Ninja, and that was the basis of it. So visual music sounds all good. So props to all of the people that make the sounds. And I would actually have to go into Unity, and I will do so in just a moment. And I do have a bug, so the items can collide before they actually go into the screen, before reaching the camera. So yeah, that would have to be fixed. Now when it comes to the Fruit Ninja, why I also then chose this type of game is because I actually made something similar before using, now you can go to the Unity website, learn.unity.com. They have pathways and my learning, so they have basically everything that you would want. Now I'm not saying that all of these are good, and especially they are not up to date, so that's something that you should take a note of. As you can see, I have done a lot of courses, missions, pathways, whatever counts as completed. Now I can't seem to find it, at least not from the images and the placeholder images. But if you go with the pathways and start with Unity Essentials, Junior Programmer, and then the Creative course, sooner or later you will also learn how to do the Fruit Ninja style game. And as you can see, I have also dabbled a bit in the VR pathway, but this is on hold at least for now. Now let's hop into Unity. So this pop-up that is, well, popped up, this is the effects that I have used. As you can see, it is completely free and you have a bunch more of them. I just used the smoke effect. Then I have the arcade game background music, number 17. This was also free and this was the background music that I used. The asset surfer van. They have two prefabs. I just used this one. Then we have some cartoon planes. I just used one of them. So I used this one. I did not animate anything, the tank, so I did also use the tank. I just want to show you something else. So this one had, well, pretty much a lot of issues with the textures. As you can see, since I only used one, I just fixed this one. Then images, this is the background image. It looks a bit nicer here, but I toned it down a little bit or lowered the opacity, because I wanted the objects to stand out. Then these are the effects. I think I used miscellaneous, was this one? So not this one, but as you can see, the cartoon effects have a lot of prefabs that you can use. The laser weapon sounds, so I believe I used this one, it's continuous. Then we have the mini simple characters, and this one is, let's see. So this one is the skeleton. It also comes with a sword and shield, but I did not use these two. Then we have some burgers. This comes in a lot of different flavors. I used two of them. I think maybe this one and maybe this one. Then we have the stylized guns. This one was all kind of broken as well, as you can see. So I got this one to work. Now, as you can see, the gun does come with two scripts. I basically disabled this one. Otherwise, the gun does have some animation, but it also has an automatic bullet. So I would have to disable this one if I wanted to have the gun animation. Then we have the whale rider. No idea why it's called that, but basically it is this rocket. And I also somehow fixed it, where actually I just used the FBX. And lastly we have the whale, and this is what I wanted to show you. So the prefab, well, it was also broken a little bit, but when you play the game, maybe you noticed, is that the whale is flapping its fins. See? It just looks silly, quirky, and I like it. So this game could use some silly simple animations like that. Also, let me just go with the gun. As you can see, I have disabled the shoot control script. It actually shoots, so it can shoot like this. As you can see, I have nothing in the bullet section, so that is why I am getting this error down here. Otherwise, the animation could look something like this. But because I'm not really shooting bullets, it doesn't go well with my intention. And now the biggest downside when it comes to this game is actually the laser line. It's just a line, and sadly I did not have any time and also no solution, an idea how to actually make it nicer looking. So that is something that I have to work on. Now for the time I have invested, I think it turned out to be a good and also fun game. You can try it out. So if you go to this link, you can download it. This is Windows only. I did not have the time to also enable the web because I have to install it and I have no idea how big this is and how long it will take. So at the moment this is Windows only, but you then just unzip it and launch the exe file. Now if you found this video helpful and would like to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. I'm Simon, and until next time, Jackal, keep it digital.